kind of the last step of this, I guess. I think is she's like getting the fuck out of here, and she also probably like takes his jacket or something, to wear because I don't really know what she's wearing, but it's probably not that warm or.
It was whatever her like robbing clothes was. I think you had said it was like a I think like a black sort of like sports suit or not sport like like sportswear like jogging suit or something.
Yeah, exactly. So she grabs his coat or whatever he had, and probably his wallet, right? I mean, like there might be a little cash. He's kind of desperate, so yeah.
I mean, so you get his wallet. Do you stop to like look at it yet, or just kind of grab everything right now?
No, she's like, this is like death. She's like shaking as she's doing this. She's like, I need to go, and she's got blood all over herself.
The adrenaline from all this.
Yeah, and she doesn't regularly like beat the fucking shit out of people with a gun. So she's like, this isn't. She's like in complete like hell mental.
And this is almost like the horror movie, like that horror movie thing where the you've got the twist where they've fought back against the attacker, and now it's sort of really intense for them too, and they're not necessarily like she's not like you say she's not doesn't usually do this, and she's sort of shocked about how violent she just was.
Yeah. So
you head out, and then so we see it as you kind of step out. It's the doorway out of the room is just into like a little little tiny hallway foyer type thing with two other it's like two other similar doors off of it, and then like a door that's to the outside. And so if you head out there, you'll see there's like a parked car like right there, and you can put it back together like that's the car you got taken from. And you're on this estate that we kind of described before. So you can see that you're in. There's a number of these little. From the outside, they look like kind of cottages, although like I say, inside they're more like the prison cell. But like these little cottages scattered about on different levels and or different. They're not in any regular order. They're kind of like peppered around the landscape with sort of trails going between them, and then some of them like this one have like the road coming up.
Like back in the 60s, it probably somebody in their mind said, well, we're going to have an artist colony here, or something like that.
Something like that is exactly
15 years later, they were using it for conference retreats.
Exactly. No, they were. So they actually were using it. So this is like another of Zag's like money making schemes that didn't quite take off, is that it was a conference center for a while. So you exactly, Ron, that's exactly what he was doing. So they were using it for like conferences for a while, but now has like
and now I get that. Yeah.
It's just sort of like
Oh man.
Anyways, I don't want to belabor my.
No, I mean, I could probably draw a map of this fucking place. I mean, I know these.
So I think.
Yeah.
But you got the car.
Sees the car. She has the wallet. She's like, "Fuck!" and she runs back to grab his keys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unless they're in his jacket already.
I think they're in his jacket.
She's just like, motherfucker, and she finds the keys, and then go to the car.
Okay.
And she's gonna like try to drive slowly, but she's definitely like making the tire screech sound and shit as she goes. And so like what's in his car? Like what's the kind of look of that?
So
now the smell of cop is unmistakable.
Yeah, no. Oh my god, wait, that's so
the car is a unmarked police car, which you can tell because it's got the radio in it.
Right. No, it's just
it's got and like I said, usually like I said last time, usually he keeps this car like really clean, but it now has like the kind of buildup of like a couple days of cop work.
Oh shit! So she's like
some sandwich wrappers on the floor and
right. So now she's like, do I have to go kill this guy because he's seen me and he's a cop? Hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, Jesus Christ. Because the consequences for like just beating a cop into the like that's just you don't come back from that.
It's hard, it's hard to know what would be going through your mind about that. Like there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ron, you feel
Doesn't
Ron?
Gratitude have history with Zag?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, oh yeah, perfect. Oh yes, yeah. No, sorry.
I mean, does she
That's
recognize that this
you're
is
right.
Zag's
You're
place?
right. You're right. You do.
Oh yeah,
I,
wait.
I
She
completely.
does.
That's
right.
exact. I meant to.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've been here. Yes.
Right.
This is Zag's place. Like,
Yeah.
and when you were in the cult, he was still having like retreats here.
Right.
And, thank you, Ron.
I can imagine the car even coasting to a stop while you realize that.
Yeah.
Like you because you come out of it, but and you recognize like, okay, that's what this is. You've been here before. You usually stayed in the main house, and so you had a lot of things going through your mind. Like, yeah, you've got the cop. He's not coming after you at the moment, but you're right. He's there. You're at Zag's place, which is maybe not surprising because
it's probably not surprising at all. Yeah,
it fits into you're trying to break into his apartment.
Well, you're not under concrete in a construction site.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Significantly.
So, oh man, yeah.
But he did mention like, and you also have that knowledge that like he was expecting someone else to show up to like deal with you.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think Gratitude is driving away. Because I don't think oh my god, yeah. I don't think she's gonna go and shoot him, and she's not gonna like strangle him or something. He's definitely not gonna shoot him. So yeah, I think she's just like she's driving away, and like this is just all coursing through her brain.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. As you're driving out of the estate, there's going to be a car coming up at you, and like not like driving right at you, but like kind of coming up. It's coming up too, and it's a Jeep that's been like it's like a Jeep that's been like set up as if it's like a military Jeep. Like it's not. It's just it's like a regular Jeep. You go down to the car dealership and get your Jeep, but it's like made up as if like, hey, this is like oh, this is like putting on airs of actually being like a military vehicle. And it's gonna pass you, and nothing necessarily will happen, but the driver will kind of like look at you and sort of does a double take as you pass. But he does seem to turn or do anything. Like it's just sort of like, oh,
is the driver? Yeah, do I recognize the driver?
You do not. No.
Okay.
No, and yeah, you wouldn't recognize him, unless you want to try to do something to like put your head down. You certainly can do that too. You could try to like you could like.
I mean, definitely Gratitude would be like trying to not be seen. Like I mean, she took his jacket. Well, yeah. Does he? It's not hooded. I didn't pick for being hooded.
I think it's fine. I don't think it's like a challenge. I don't think it's like a.
Yeah.
It's not I don't think this is a conflict. Like you can.
Well, she had some sort of like I was picturing her having like a sweatsuit or something like that on, so she probably puts the hood up. I mean,
hoodie. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you've got the hoodie up. So he doesn't. You're pretty sure like this guy, whoever it is, doesn't make you out. You probably don't get as good a look at him because you're trying to avoid.
Oh yeah, no,
I him too. Yeah. So I won't describe him, but you get the sense of like a guy driving it.
Yeah, and so I think once Gratitude is past that person, that's when she starts to drive a little faster.
Yeah.
She's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here and like get out of the country or something. I don't know.
So now you get kind of the car moving back.
Yeah.
And then Willie, so things are going well with you and W, and you're doing your stuff. Like I say, he's a talking guy. You get the sense of like who he, what his deal is about. You get the sense that, without pressing, like as you said, Willie's not pressing. Without pressing, you get the sense that he has no. There's nothing about what he's saying that he thinks that Zag is doing anything wrong or anything.
Right.
Like he doesn't think anything is like needs to be kept. He's not like.
No, I'm with you.
Only says nice things about Zag,
Right.
and is doing all this stuff. But it will get interrupted. Like, so someone will kind of move in on you guys, or come into the room. And this guy is he is dressed like he shopped at like the like Army Navy supply store, right? He's dressed like like I'm gonna go play soldier type situation. I think it's probably notable, or like you might notice though, that when you kind of take a look at him, he has a very strong resemblance to Lena. So he has a lot of the same kind of features, and has this sort of like, they're not twins or anything like that, but like does look like a sibling, or some type of like
they might have some similar mannerisms or intonations or something, perhaps. All right.
And he kind of looks at you and he says, hey, are you the one that got driven up here today?
Yeah. I got a ride here. That's right. Starting here today.
He says, did you guys see or hear anything? And he's just jumping into this without like introducing himself or like orienting you at all.
Look at W once, and then I'll look over and say, I've been working here with W.
And W says, yeah, Lee, we've just been here, man, just since since for a while now.
I came in here. You might have noticed, once you're inside here, you don't see a whole lot of anything.
He nods. He kind of looks at you suspiciously. Mm-hmm. He's like giving you the stare. Mm-hmm. But he'll say, he definitely doesn't trust you, Willie. He doesn't really trust W that much, but he still trusts W more than he trusts you. So he's going to pull W aside. He's like, okay, he's like, points at W and says, come on, I need you. And he looks at you and says, you stay here.
I'll say, surely.
He doesn't like that, but he kind of like, he gives you, Willie, I'm going to put him, now that church is,
church is technically, I'm building a list. Willie's making a list, right? So,
so he grabs W and he starts talking pretty loudly as they're leaving the room. And you probably hear like,
sorry,
the beginnings of something like, you got to come help me with church or something. Yeah. You got to go help me with church.
Okay.
But then they pull off.
Kind of surprised he's still here, huh?
Yeah. And so you are left alone for the first, really, I mean, you had that time of wandering around, but you're left alone with now having been oriented a little bit more to the place.
Got it.
Is there? You still haven't been shown your room, but nonetheless, anyways.
Middle of the day, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. How about it? I am all about, I think, um, this is going to sound strange, but I want to know more about this terrible secret. Who the hell is that guy who I saw who killed the girls?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
to do, I am going to start. I've got a computer here and it may be a piece of crap,
Yeah.
but you know what? Willie's old enough so that he remembers piece of crap computers, which incidentally worked a lot better than they do now, but that's another story. And so I'm going to start. I'm going to start hunting for information on who that guy is. I'm now looking less at the clients and
Yeah.
marks and call lists and more about the staffing and record keeping that involved people. And there must be, I mean, there has got to be a box with like photos in it and stuff like that.
Oh,
There's,
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah, yes, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, there's other stuff in here than just this shit. There's other
Oh, for sure.
boxes, right? So I am going to start looking through those, and if anybody comes in, I'm just collating more stuff.
Yep,
Got to
exactly.
organize it by all kinds of things. Got to organize it by staffer too, right? So
Yep.
I'm going to do, if you would like to think of this as an investigations role.
There you go.
And I am going to use the trait, know this terrible secret.
So I'm gonna give you 2 dice because I can't think of, it's they're not, things aren't hidden, but it's still sort of a big mess, right? It's more a big mess than things are actually hidden.
Excellent. So that's 2 dice. That's 1 for my trait. And I am going to throw in, I've got a pool of 5 at the moment. I'm going to throw in 2 pull dice. So let's see how I do.
Okay.
And I get a 1, a single 1. Really glad I gambled the 2. I will take the die and turn it over to you, Maestro.
So you've got the computer, you've got the box, you got boxes of stuff. I'll kind of I'll say like you actually end up wandering a little bit into some of the other rooms
I was
too.
suspecting, other rooms of boxes and stuff like that. I suspect I might do that. I was thinking of that myself. Yeah.
And so I think, I'll just kind of, I'll kind of give like all the secrets from here, or like I'll give a lot of them, not all, but I'll give a lot of them. So you definitely find out who that guy is, first of all, because that's and it's, so you definitely find out who that guy is. It's the someone who has been, so he's definitely been working with Zag for a while, but he's an independent contractor. So he's sort of, you figure it out. Like there's these payments to this guy, and you're like, oh, this must be him. You do find like pictures of him with Zag from earlier. And I'll, what the heck? I think you even find a picture with him with Zag with some other guy that's like hidden like underneath some boxes, right? So like this other guy who's an older guy, looks very establishment. But Zag and this so in this picture, which I think is great,
Zag's old in his previous
right. More countercultural. There's this very establishment guy, and then there's this other guy, the terrible secret guy who you saw, who's not establishment but not counterculture, sort of hip but not right. Counterculture, really.
Got it. Okay.
And then so I think that's a piece there. You get his name, which is Julian Dunn. And then
is this spelled Donne?
Dunne, but yeah, but Dunn is good too. And then the final piece is that, not surprisingly, you find like these sort of these self-help pamphlets that have been sent out. But the other thing that's in some of these boxes are kind of right-wing military mercenary recruitment type, like how to be a militia type pamphlets. And he finds a bunch of those. So that's, and I do have to wrap up, unfortunately.
Okay, sure.
But thank you guys. Like I said, this was
what you needed.
It was needed to get this.
Yeah, this was really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I will be touching base with you guys later.
Cool. Take care, John.
Okay. Take care, guys. Bye.